Today I'm making my Asian mason jar salad, and I'm going to show you the tip that will help you keep it fresh all week long. It's all in the layering. Let me show you how. Okay, so in order to make sure that the mason jar salad stays fresh for days, you need to layer this properly. For the base of my dressing, I'm using soy sauce and garlic, but you can use tamari, liquid aminos, coconut aminos, whatever you prefer. Now, to this, I'm adding a little bit of aquafaba. Now, I'm actually using lentil aquafaba just because it has a little bit of a more umami taste. So we're going to add a couple tablespoons of that to our dressing. Quick note, I'm using powdered peanut butter because it's a little bit less fat. I understand it's a little more processed, but I do want to cut the fat from this dressing for myself, for my own personal reasons. So it still keeps that good peanut butter flavor. Now, you could use natural peanut butter, almond butter, sunflower seed butter, or even tahini works well here too. So I'm going to mix that dressing together. Now we're going to layer it. So you need to think about, what do I want to touch the dressing? So whatever touches the dressing is going to absorb the flavors of that dressing. So I want my tofu or my tempeh or beans maybe to hit that layer. Now I'm using tofu today. So it's pumpkin seed tofu, I guess you could call it. And so I'm going to put that down in that next layer so that it absorbs all of that really good flavor. And you can make these as big or small of chunks as you want. If you need more help like this, more recipes like this, you can get my free Genesis 129 starter guide, Get Back to Eating from the Garden, his original diet. And so we're just going to kind of gently make sure that those are coated. Now we're going to start adding more layers to this. Well, harder vegetables like red bell peppers or any kind of bell pepper, they don't absorb the seasonings as much as, say, cucumbers or something to that effect. So I might want these to go in next if I don't want it to be flavored. If I do want it to be flavored, then I'm going to start adding the cucumbers. So I don't want this to be flavored as much because I want that tofu to really stand out. So I'm going to start adding my harder vegetables like my bell peppers. But the strategy of layering goes for whatever kind of salad you want. Next, I'm going to add in my shredded carrots. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of broccoli. And next, I'm going to add in a grain mixture that I have. So you could add in rice here. Now, keep in mind that if you add in rice or potatoes, something to that effect, this salad will not last as long because those things tend to grow bacteria quicker. So if you're going to layer rice or potatoes, you want to make sure you eat this within 2 to 3 days at the max. But I'm going to have this for lunch today, so. Okay, so we have that layer. Now I'm going to layer some cucumbers, bok choy, and leeks that I have pickled. So all I did just vinegar. I didn't even do sugar because I know that the dressing I use has some sugar in it. So I wanted to counteract that. These have been sitting for about 24 hours in a little apple cider white vinegar mix. And there's some onions as well. So I've got bok choy, cucumber, onion, and leeks chopped up in this. And I'm going to add that pickle layer. And you do want to leave a little bit of space at the top because you're going to turn this over when you're ready to serve it so that the dressing coats everything. So I think I'm good with this. This is my salad. I'm going to show you how you're going to store it in the refrigerator. It's gorgeous. The dressing stays at the bottom so that everything doesn't get wet and soggy. The veg are going to stay crisp. These vinegar veg will actually stay nice and crisp as well, even though they're already pickled. Now, this one is special because I did pickle those. But when you are ready to serve it, all you're going to do is turn it over so that that dressing goes down and starts to coat everything. And you might just give it a little bit of a shake, but just allow it to coat for 10 minutes. Let it set out of the refrigerator and get ready for lunch. Now, let me show you how I'm going to top this. Now, sometimes you have to stick a fork in there to get everything to come out, and we might have to do that. You get a little bottleneck in there, depending on what veg you use. There we go. Okay, so gorgeous lunch. What I like to do then is think about, how do I want to top this? And I want to top it with avocado. Now, here's a tip. Don't add your avocado until you're ready to serve it, because it's going to brown and get mushy after a day or two. So save it and add it fresh right when you're ready to serve. Now, here comes the fun part, topping your salad. I love adding crispy garlic and seaweed, some sesame seeds, some hemp seeds. Anything that's just a little bit crunchy is nice to add. You could drizzle some sesame oil, some hot sauce, some sriracha is delicious. And it gives you just that little bit of a sushi restaurant kind of flavor. It's so good. But you could also add hoisin, some extra soy sauce right here, or you could air fry some wontons and make some little crispy noodles for yourself. The ideas are endless. Let me know in the comments what you end up topping yours with. That's my go-to mason jar salad. It lasts all week long. Just remember to layer it the way I told you. So let me know in the comments what you decide to use for the dressing and what you decide to top yours with. I would love to find out. And if you need more help like this, more recipes like this, you can get my free Genesis 129 starter guide, Get Back to Eating from the Garden, his original diet. See you in the next video.